everyone, if you clicked on this video, I have a crazy suspicion that you're a prospective animation student. Oh my god, how did I know? A little over a year ago, I was in your exact shoes, and just like you, I was scouring YouTube for any piece of animation school knowledge I could get my hands on. If you're interested in RIT, which you should be, you have come to the right place. In this video, I'll be going over what my week looks like as a freshman animation student. I'll tell you what happens in and out of my classes, and some extra advice now that I've finished a whole semester. Let's waste no time and get into it. I started my week on the right track by grabbing a croissant from Artisano, a cafe in the Student Alumni Union. The lines can get pretty long before classes, but in my opinion, they're always worth the wait. Even now, halfway through spring semester, Artisano's croissants are my breakfast staple. My first class is Animation 1. Every Monday, we critique our work from the previous week, and then learn the history and methods behind the current week's project. Today's topic was about stop-motion animation, which, as someone going down the stop-motion track here, I was very enthused about. We talked about key figures in stop-motion history and watched a few examples of their work. My professor Vin always found the coolest films to show and brought a great sense of humor to his lectures. After animation, I grabbed my supplies from my locker and made my way to Drawing 1. The structure of this class stayed pretty consistent over the course of the semester. Our professor either had a still life setup or brought in a model, and we drew them for the entire class. Today was a lot of fun since our still life had taxidermied birds in it. After drawing, I quickly washed my hands, grabbed a lemon Italian ice from Bites, more on Bites later, and went to Production 1. In the first semester of freshman year, all School of Film and Animation students have to take a live action and animation class regardless of your track. Since we were preparing for our first major project, we went over the pre-production process and the equipment we need for the assignment. The equipment cage at SOFA carries everything you can need during your 4 years and lets you borrow them for free. That's pretty cool. Just finished all my classes for today. Day 1. I made a quick stop at Crossroads to grab a turkey burger for dinner. I spotted a frog on my walk home and headed to bed. I kicked the day off with a small breakfast at home and went to art history. It's a short class, but since it's mostly note-taking, it requires 100% of my focus. I ended up with 7 pages of notes. Next was YOPS, or RIT 365. I only had it once a week, but it was always a nice break from the rest of my classes. It was the only one I had with students not from the College of Art and Design, and I liked hearing what other people were doing in their classes. I had a large gap between YOPS and my next class, so I took the opportunity to do my laundry. The laundry facilities are nice at dorms, but depending on the time of day, it can sometimes be hard to find a machine. After I had folded and put everything away, I went to film history and theory. This class is tied with animation for my favorite class of the semester. Every freshman in SOFA took this class at the same time, which meant I got to see all of my friends in one place. Our professor Dan Latourette was an incredible lecturer who made even the most difficult concepts of film history engaging and fun. Today's lecture was about genre and film noir, which set up the movie we were going to watch on Thursday. As per usual, my friends and I went to Crossroads for dinner after film history. Out of everything that happened in my first semester, I miss this tradition the most. Since coming to RIT, I've met people from all over the country who have the same passion for animation that I do. When assignments start piling up, like they are now in the spring, they're not only my source of motivation, but inspiration as well. I head home to study, sleep, and await the next day. My drawing class was cancelled, so that served as a good enough reason to do nothing for most of the day. I probably did some homework, but knowing me, it wouldn't have been for long. I eventually had to pause my day of relaxation to go to Production 1. In lab, we continued to learn how to use Premiere, a standard in the film industry. RIT is an Adobe Creative campus, which means all students, regardless of your major, have access to Adobe products for free. If you're an animation student, you also get free access to Toon Boom Harmony and Storyboard Pro, both standards at a lot of animation studios. I wrapped up the day with a Crossroads dinner and some studying at home. Thursday began with art history, and today's lecture was about ancient Indian art. I ended up with 7 pages of notes this time. Next was my lab for Animation 1. Aligning with our lecture on Monday, our assignment was to take 2 found objects and have them interact with each other. I chose 2 cutouts from the magazine and used the downshooters to animate. You will become very acquainted with the downshooter labs in your first year. The labs will basically become your second home, and Bites, the 24/7 convenience stores housed in Gannett and Booth, your best friend. Don't let this discourage you though, my time in labs have created some of the best memories at RIT. For lunch, I tried a salad for the first time while my friend Phoebe bore witness to the whole thing. Here are some highlights from my experience. Okay, that actually wasn't that bad. I feel like a sheep or a cow. We're gonna try a lettuce piece with the sauce. Or dressing, sorry. What? Oh, I'm being adventurous? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, I guess I'll eat the rest of this. This was like $8. Every Thursday in film history, we spend the entire class watching a movie based off of our previous lecture. Going off the theme of film noir, we watched, you guessed it, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Our professor always tried to switch screenings up. I had already seen this movie, but I had a really great time anyways. I had dinner with friends at Crossroads and went to bed for Friday. Last night, I received an email saying I won a sofa-wide giveaway, so I started the day by picking up my prize. On my way, I got distracted by a bunch of cute goats outside the dorms and learned that they were holding goat yoga sessions all day. I definitely would have tried it if I wasn't busy. RIT is always offering fun events throughout the school years, so I always keep an eye out. I collected my spoils, which ended up being an SD card and adapter, and headed home to get ready for the show. What show, you ask? Of course I'm talking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. RIT is home to over 300 clubs and organizations, and I just so happen to be a part of the Rocky Horror Club. Being a performing arts scholar at RIT gives me a lot of support and opportunities to be involved in theater while I'm here. Many of my classmates and friends are also performing arts scholars, participating in anything from lion dance to vocal groups to technical theater. One of those fellow scholars happened to be Simon, who was in the show with me tonight. The entire cast went to dinner at Cantina at Global Village in costume to advertise the event, and by 8 o'clock it was showtime. The turnout was huge since it was the 50th anniversary of the original movie's release. Everyone had a great time, but by the end of it I was exhausted. I immediately crashed when I got home. After an eventful and mildly crazy week, I decided to lay low for the weekend. I walked to Gannett to pick up my drawing supplies and stretch my legs. When I have the motivation and time, I'd like to make a video showing off the different facilities in SOFA. Until then, you'll just have to trust me that they're amazing. I headed back home and devoted the rest of my day to completing drawing homework. I made a series of still lifes from things lying about and drew them from different angles. For dinner, I had dumplings and rice from the corner store. Getting food at Dermside is really easy. Because all residence halls are connected by underground tunnels, you can go to the dining hall, cafe, or convenience store without even having to step outside. I finished my work early, so I hit the sack early as well. The next day was just about as mundane as the last. I cleaned up the clutter in my room that had gathered over the course of the week and got to work on my Production 1 homework. I was in charge of making the storyboards for a first major project. Looking back with more experience, I would change a few things, but the past is the past. And with that, my week is finished. I hope that you found this video helpful and maybe even a little entertaining as well. If I've piqued your interest in RIT, I've included a few links in the description that go more in depth about the film and animation program. Thank you for sticking around until the end, and the best of luck in your college search.